up guys, DJ Sterling here, back with another video. You already know what it is, we're going to be unboxing another, What's up guys, DJ Sterling here, back with another video, and today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing this Sony Bluetooth speaker. So Sony just released a fairly new line of speakers. This is the SRS-XB33. There's one bigger called the XB43. I paid $120 for this one from Best Buy. And basically the story is I never wanted this speaker, but it's COVID and I needed something to listen to when I was cleaning. And so I actually went to Best Buy looking for a Bose speaker. They didn't have any of that. Of course, with COVID, everything is being shipped from stores and there's less inventory coming in, it seems. And so I didn't have a whole lot of speakers to choose from. And so this was pretty much the best thing I found. They had some other speakers that were smaller and they had some that were like the large party speakers. But as far as the small to medium size that I was looking for, like $100 range, this is the best thing I found. So that's why I picked this speaker. So let's see what's in the box. Here. Alright, so two things are in the box. There's the speaker, there's USB cable, USB Type-C, and there's documentation. So, cool, don't care. Get the plastic off and check it out. So, USB Type-C cable, we know what that looks like. On the speaker, there's this port on the back. This kind of comes off. That's where you charge it. If you want to charge your phone at the same time, you can plug a cable into here for the USB-C, and then this cable coming out, this is DC out, can go to your cell phone. So you can charge your cell phone and the speaker at the same time off of one port. And then you have these other buttons here, which I really don't care about. They're for the pairing and the sync features. If you wanna, you can buy up to 100 of these speakers and sync them together, which I think is really stupid. And they can do light shows together and they can play sound together. And there's some controls back here for that. This button that says light and battery can tell you your battery status, and then you can turn off the lights on the front. So this right-hand side and left-hand side, the rings are actually lights. And to say battery, you can actually turn those on and off. And so you can get up to 24 hours of battery life if you turn off the lights and keep the volume like well below 80%. Otherwise, also if you keep that extra loud bass feature off, you save some battery life. If you turn everything on, I think you'll get 10 to 12 hours of playtime. And that's okay for a speaker like this. So if we look at the top here, we've got some buttons. This is the on-off power button, Bluetooth, pause, play. This is the volume up, down, as well as go forward or back a track. And then here's that live button for like turning on the bass and the other sound modes. And that's not a button, that's just a symbol for NFC, near fields communication. And so let's turn it on.
Bluetooth connected.
This speaker is waterproof, it's dustproof, and it's shockproof. It's got Bluetooth 5.0 and NFC. If you look at my other unboxing, I have a JBL Pulse 4 speaker, and that speaker costs $250. This one is usually $150, but somehow I found it on sale for $120. And so, to be honest, this one I think gets a little bit louder. I think it's a little more rugged, and it also has better sound quality than the JBL Pulse 4, in my opinion. So this speaker also comes in 4 colors. You see this kind of, I think they call this a radiator, and it kind of moves back and forth. And if you look through this mesh material, you can see some of the speaker cones back there. So since this is so durable, you don't have to worry about dust or water. You can kind of drop it. It's got this like rubber plastic material, and I'm kind of like scratching it with my nail. And you know, I'm not getting fingerprints on it everywhere. On the Pulse 4, as soon as you start touching it, you leave fingerprints everywhere. And it's got like this acrylic surface, and I feel like as soon as you do start using it and maybe throw it in a book bag, it's gonna get scratched and damaged real quick. And for that reason, I don't like it. I do think the light capabilities of the Pulse 4 are very impressive. It's really cool to look at. But at the same time, I don't buy a speaker to look at it, right? I want it to sound good. And so this has got some little rubber feet down here. And I do feel like I can drop this or throw it in a bag or take it underwater, out by the pool, in the bathroom, and it'll be okay. So I have used this speaker before, and I wanted to tell you guys some of the pros and cons. Sometimes I feel like the bass is overwhelming, even if you don't turn on that extra bass feature. The whole purpose of a speaker is to fill a room with sound, and this does a really good job of that. It's got strong drivers or magnets or whatever it's got for 20 watts in there. It's pretty solid, but just the amount of bass that comes out of the speaker is very exaggerated, and I think that's like a common theme for me when using the Sony speakers, and that's why I prefer the Bose speakers, is because rather than focusing on tons of bass, which is also battery life, Bose focuses on clarity and like the accurate reproduction of sound, and just hearing the space in between the different frequencies. This speaker for $100, you just don't get all of that. But yeah, too much bass in this thing, in my opinion. Also, I feel like, so you set it down and the sound is projected forward, but if it's from the side, sometimes I set it down and I go clean and do other stuff. And if I walk to the side of it, or I'm not directly in front of it, you don't hear it nearly as much. Like the sound is very directed. And with this shape, everything is circular. You have all these side holes and stuff. You would expect the sound to be more circular and come from all around, but it's actually not. It's actually very much directed. And so it's kind of a drawback for me, and maybe that's one of the reasons why they want you to buy like 2 or more to get a full stereo sound, because the sound is so directed, and it's just a very weak sound. This thing doesn't get as loud as it looks. I think for indoor use, for one person, it's fine. For a party, this is not going to be nearly loud enough. And don't buy like 2 or 3 of these things and then think it's going to be good for a party, because that's like $200-300. And just buying 2 or 3 20-watt small speakers is not going to make the sound louder. You're just going to fill the room with more, like, you know, you're going to even out the sound. You're not going to make the sound louder. So what you should do is, if it's too quiet for you, buy a bigger speaker. Don't buy these things. This is like small to medium size. Just buy a large floor model speaker that's like $200-300, and you're going to be much better off. For the cost, for $120, I think it's a decent speaker. The other competitors are going to be like Bose and JBL. There aren't too many other good speakers you can buy for $100 like this. So this is okay, but if they would have had literally any Bose speaker, I would have preferred to pick that up. This speaker also has really good reviews on Amazon. Amazon is my go-to source for anything. If I want to look up a product and see how people feel about it, go to Amazon and start with the 1 to 2 star reviews and just see what some of the problems are. And then look at, of course, how many reviews it has. And if it's like, you know, maybe there were 10,000 reviews and it's 4.5 stars average, then that's probably a pretty good product. If it's brand new, I would wait a little while. And also, I think for this speaker, there were about 1,500 reviews and it got 4 stars. So I felt comfortable enough buying this speaker with just minimal research. And again, my selection was small because of COVID. And then lastly, I guess there's some features that I really don't care about. This has a built-in microphone, so if you get a phone call on your phone, you can pick it up and talk through the speaker, you know, like a hands-free system. That's something I would never use. You can also press and hold one of the buttons to activate Siri if you have an iPhone. I don't use an iPhone because I'm an adult, and so that's just a feature I don't care about. There's also mobile apps that come with this that are provided by Sony. So if you want to download music or stream music rather, you can use the apps that Sony recommends. That's something I don't care about because I have literally every service. I have Spotify, I have YouTube, I have Tidal, I have SoundCloud. I'm a DJ, so I have tons of music, so I don't need any other platforms to get music from. And so that's a mobile app that I'm definitely not going to download. And the other mobile app allows you to control the lights. And whatever is on, I just leave it. It's random. It just flashes. I think sometimes it'll pulsate to music, and that's fine. I don't need a mobile app to change the lights. That's also another feature I don't care about. So I'm also not going to download that mobile app. And then again, I think the fact that you can buy up to 100 of these and sync them all together to like do a light show or just balance out the sound, I think that's a really stupid idea, and it's kind of gimmicky. And again, I think if you need more volume, I think you should just get a bigger speaker because this is a very small speaker. It's very underpowered and it's good for one person. So I'm gonna pause it. So I had it on, I hit the live extra bass button, whatever. You could definitely tell how the audio is more spatial and the bass definitely picked up. I think the volume picked up a little bit. And I actually turned the volume all the way up. And I'll have to put a warning. I did turn the volume all the way up. It does not get that loud. Again, this is a great speaker for one person. But for a party, even indoors, it's not nearly loud enough in my opinion. All right, so I put on a different song. So let's see how it sounds for a couple of seconds. And then I'll hit some more buttons and then I'll end this video. Cool, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up right there. For $120, this is an okay speaker. I'm happy with the purchase because it was all I could find. Well, that's all I've got for you guys today. If you found this video cool, if you learned anything, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you're new. Let me know if you have any ideas in the comments below, or if you have this speaker and have any cons or pros, let me know below. I'd love to hear from you. I'm DJ Sterling. Peace out.